Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Unscripted and Unstoppable. I'm your host, Lorene Quick, and today you are in for something truly unique and powerful. This is part two of my conversation with Agne, who is an advanced quantum healing practitioner. She has a background in in biomedical science. And if you haven't yet listened to episode one, I highly recommend going back and starting there because in that session, we laid the foundation for what quantum healing is, how it works, and why it is such a transformational path to those seeking deeper alignment, healing, and intuitive clarity. But in this episode, we're going to take things a bit further. Today, you're going to hear Agne guide me through a live quantum healing session. This is unscripted, unrehearsed, and she will be fully present. When you're brand new to energy work or have been on this path for a while, it really doesn't matter. What I will invite you to do today is to simply just listen with an open heart. You might feel in yourself a shift in your own energy, receive an insight, or just feel a sense of calm washing over you. This episode is about allowing, about witnessing what happens when we slow down, drop in, and trust the process of inner healing. Also, if you're curious to experience this for yourself, Agne is hosting a free live event called The Quantum Shift on May 21st, 2025 at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a guided healing activation designed to help you release stuck patterns, reconnect with your intuition, and return to your authentic inner power. Look for the link in the show notes to Agne's The Quantum Shift. It's free and it is going to be beautiful. So now take a breath, settle back, and join us for this very special session. Let's begin.
Thank you, Lorraine, for being open to doing this publicly. I think that is a courageous step.
Thank you.
And not that there is any risk involved, but sometimes people are not willing to be vulnerable and open. So I do acknowledge that. And my intention today really is to simply demonstrate what's possible and how the process itself look like. Um, And we just discussed shortly before this call what specific elements Lorraine would like to address. And it seems to be relevant for many people, I believe, and especially you listeners. Um, limiting beliefs that we hold on to, that we have, that somehow creates barriers or resistances in life. So I think it's really useful process and experience, and you can follow along as I guide Lorraine through the reflection. Um, Lorraine, would you like to describe the limiting belief that comes up for you or that you know your viewers would resonate with?
I think this is a limiting belief that all of us relate to as women in our 50s, 60s, and beyond. And that is, am I worthy? Do I do I deserve all the things that I dream about? And at the same time, do I deserve the friends and the love and the connection that I want in my life as well? And so that's what I want to work on today is that feeling of I am worthy of love. I am worthy of deep connection with others. And I am worthy of living the life I want to live.
That's right. A lot of these beliefs are like big forms in our childhood.
Mhm.
When we get an idea that for some reason we are not loved or we are not enough based on other people's reaction towards our behavior or the way we express. So often these beliefs are really, you know, anchored far in our past. and reinforced through life experiences, of course, because that's how subconscious mind works. But the quantum healing process helps you to bring it to the surface, to your conscious awareness, without really digging into every experience in the past, because we're working at the level of the system. And so I will guide you through a meditative process. And all you need to do is really notice what comes up internally. We experience the world through five senses, so you may notice any visuals coming up while your eyes are closed, any physical sensations, any emotions that you may recognize. You may notice the auditory message. Sometimes just a thought comes up, but just trust whatever comes to your awareness as a first thing. Trust that and give me feedback what you notice.
Okay.
So we'll do a gentle guided process and later then reflect what came up. So just close your eyes and relax when you're ready.
I am doing exactly that.
That's right. So just notice the position of your body. Notice your breathing. Thank your breathing for helping you relax. And I want you to visualize as if you're stepping into a cinema hall with a big screen in front of you. So just choose the most comfortable seat and sit down in front of the screen. There is no one around you. You're completely safe in that space. And as you see the screen in front of you, I want you to notice what happens as I invite your being to bring on the screen a limiting belief that relates to not being worthy or deserving, not being enough. Just notice what kind of phrase comes up on the screen. What does it say? Let me know what you notice.
So what I see is just in black lettering, you are just not good enough.
Mm-hmm. How big are the letters?
They're they're centered on the screen, and I would say they're, if I stood in front of the screen, they're probably a couple feet tall. Back here, it looks just perfectly balanced. I'm kind of sitting in the middle of the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And white screen with black print, you're just not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And never will be.
Oh, there's addition to that. Mm-hmm. Makes it stronger somehow. I want you to thank that belief for coming on the screen, for being expressed, for coming to your awareness. Thank it for giving you life experiences in the past and in some way protecting you, because every belief is there to keep us safe somehow in some situation. So just thank the belief, thank those blank letters, and notice what happens on the screen. Notice if anything changes.
Yeah, they're breaking up and just kind of like a piece of a cracked glass or something and falling away.
Mm-hmm.
So that the screen is now white and empty.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank the belief for falling away and thank the screen for being white, blank, empty. And now just notice what happens as I invite your being to bring on the screen a new, updated belief that will replace this limiting belief, more positive, more supportive belief. Just notice what new phrase comes up.
You are so beautiful.
That's right. Describing the quality of the letters.
They're still black.
Mhm.
They are scripted. The other letters were kind of a bold block, and these are scripted in like a cursive writing. You are so beautiful.
Very well. Thank this new belief for coming on the screen and being scripted. Notice what happens there.
So the lettering just got bigger and bigger and bigger until it exploded, and then there was uh, like I don't know, it's a burst of colors that have filled the
It's
screen, like paint that's
beautiful.
splattered, but all different kinds of colors.
That's right. Very well. So now let's invite your being to make all the arrangements necessary to project the new updated belief with all the beautiful colors from the screen straight into your physical body. Notice how that energy flows into your body and integrates into your organs, your tissues, and every single cell of your body. Notice how it updates your mind, your thinking patterns, your beliefs, your internal dialogue. Notice how it updates your emotions, your energy field, and the old belief, all the places in your body, in your organs, in your cellular memory. Every area where your old belief was stored now is being replaced with a new supportive belief that you are so beautiful. Notice how this energy is integrating deeper and deeper, and it expands through your body into your personal space. And notice how the energy of the new belief that you are so beautiful is flowing through all the past experiences, memories, situations, and events that you can recall in the past, as if it flows through like past timeline, like through the tunnel, touching every memory, so that you remember to remember that you are so beautiful. There's nothing to worry about. Notice how this belief flows through your adult years, your teenage years, your childhood years, to the moment of your birth, even the period you were in your mother's womb, and maybe beyond. Notice how this belief flows through your parents' timelines, ancestral history, or any other past experience. Sometimes these beliefs are passed on through generations. So just notice how this healing is integrating through multiple generations in the past. And as the past timeline is being transformed by the new belief, this new energy is anchoring deeper and deeper. Your future has to adjust because your future was predetermined based on the past experiences and past beliefs. But now you know that you are so beautiful, deserving, worthy, completely enough as you are. Notice how this new belief creates new possibilities, new situations, new connections, new conversations, and relationships. Your being is making all the arrangements necessary for this process to continue to continue. And so just share a little bit how you feel in a moment before we go to the next step.
Yeah, I feel very calm and
Mhm.
relaxed. And at the same time, I feel extraordinarily powerful.
That's right. That's right. Beautiful. I want us to explore what the future looks like when you embody this new belief that you are so beautiful. And move a little bit forward into the future to meet your future self who has already experienced that inner power and completely embodied the beauty that she holds within. And I want you to notice, how does your future self look like or feel like? You may notice some energy, emotion, facial expressions, body language. Maybe you can hear the words. There is no right or wrong, just explore. That's right. That's right. And when you see your future self, describe me some elements. What do you notice?
I see, oh, I see myself, and I would say I act with I seem to be very confident in who I am and what I'm doing. I have no doubts. I'm not holding anything back though. I'm very active, doing things that I have always dreamed of, or being the person that I've always wanted to be, gracefully going through social situations, meeting people, talking to people, working to make dreams become reality, but not in a crazy or even an exhausted way, but more just in complete calmness about me, but very high energy, and very sure, very clear about what it is I'm doing, what it is I want. And I just feel a great sense of happiness.
Beautiful. It sounds amazing. I want you to notice if your future self holds some kind of object that would represent all the skills, the beliefs, the resources that she holds to be able to show up this way. Some kind of object representing all that.
So I'm holding like a very large quartz crystal,
Beautiful. Very well.
and it's kind of a pinkish white.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very well. Can you ask your future self if she would be willing to give you a copy of this beautiful crystal?
Of course.
So then imagine as if you are receiving that crystal from her. Thank her for this gift. And as you return back to the present moment, notice, where does it feel right to place that crystal in your body?
Right here, like in my heart area.
That's right. Very well. So let's invite your being to make all the arrangements necessary to allow that crystal energy to integrate into your body, your mind, your emotions, your energy field. Notice how all the skills, the resources, the beliefs that this crystal represents are integrating at every level of your being, creating different patterns, different neural pathways in your brain, allowing you to think differently, to feel differently, to make different decisions with more confidence, more trust, more intuition, maybe. So just notice how this energy flows through you, through every single cell of your body, maybe even updating your DNA structure, empowering you, supporting you. Notice how it expands through your body into the personal space and somehow creates a frequency or energy around you that other people even respond in a very positive way. Notice how you are acknowledged more. You receive more loving comments or support. Notice how it becomes easier to speak your truth, to show up fully. And as your being is making all the arrangements necessary for this process to continue more deeply and thoroughly while you're sleeping and dreaming, and gently in the background as you go about your normal daily activities to the best comfort of your physical body, your mind, and your emotions. More noticeable for a conscious mind, how you begin to think differently, feel differently, and see differently. So just notice how this energy continues to integrate, and when you're ready, only when you're fully ready, you can allow your eyes to open gently, feeling fully relaxed, refreshed, and calm. Because long as you need to come back, because long as you need. That's right. That's right.
Hmm.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel like I'm vibrating.
Mm,
I feel like, I mean, it's not a crazy vibration. It's very calm, but I just feel like my hands, my feet, my chest are vibrating.
mhm. See, we are the vibration at the core level. If you zoom in to all the cells, to the atom level, all we are is just vibrating electrons and atoms in the body. Um, so the frequency and all the energy flow is what we are made of. So
That's,
that's why at the quantum realm, we can shift that energetic blueprint and it's integrating to the core.
hmm.
Yeah, I can think that it's you need some time to integrate and to process. That's typically what happens after the session. Maybe sit with that a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but if you feel like sharing any reflections of your experience, um, please do.
It's I will be thinking about this for a while, I'm sure, and I assume my body and my mind will be absorbing it over the next several days,
Yes.
if not longer, who knows, but it wasn't it wasn't hard for me to see as you guided me things.
Mhm.
I did see it was interesting when the colors were all on the screen like painted blobs. Then they all like came and just got sucked right into my third eye and like went flushing through my body. And then everything turned purple. And that's the dominant color that, as you talked about, like that spreading into my environment. But then when I had the quartz It really was, I think, a rose quartz. Then it was like the purple turned to this more rose color, and it did the same thing. It flushed through my body and into my environment. Um, that was very interesting to me. The colors, how bright they were, how much they were a part of that experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's probably can be interesting to mention we associate colors with specific emotion. So each emotion you will label with some kind of color. So and we do that exploration in my sessions to recognize because everybody has different meaning for different colors.
Yeah.
So sometimes this energy represents certain emotional anchors for you, more positive, more relaxed, and more, confident and so on.
And I could really see when you asked me to look into the future and see my future self, it was like the woman that I saw actually looked like she was 10 years younger than me and acted
Interesting.
like she was 10 years younger than me. She just felt youthful to me versus, not that I think of myself as old, but I recognize I am in my 60s. But this woman was ageless,
Mhm.
but still an older woman, not like I was in my 20s or something, but ageless and incredible energy.
Mhm.
And by that I mean, I guess, an energy that I would be attracted to, just very sure of herself and very open and almost swirling around and energetically in her field,
Mhm.
enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah. And I think the age is just a concept, and depends how you associate your own experience with that. Just a number, really. But if you are embodying that livelihood and constant improvement and learning and really excitement in life, age is irrelevant. So just embodying that energy is significant. And I think many people, um, and I mentioned the other time, like my mom is in a similar age, and that transition from, you know, who who am I when the kids have left and when I no longer need to work? What am I here to do? And who am I really? So stepping into the future and envisioning that potential future, it should be very significant, to explore.
I agree. I absolutely think I will that visual will stay with me for a while, if not a long time.
Hmm.
Yeah, of that woman, of me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I would expect you to notice in your daily situations, conversations, how different you show up. Maybe you feel more confident going to networking events or, speaking, whatever. Just pay attention to how you feel and maybe what decisions you make or how fast you make decisions. These kind of subtle differences can be noticed quite soon after the session.
Well, should I like drink lots of water now or yeah,
Good, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's typical energy work. So drink lots of water for processing, because with quantum, you can infuse use potent energy, and your body needs to absorb it and integrate. So any movement, if you like to go into nature, ground yourself, or if you like to take a nap, there are different ways that people process the information and energy. So
Well,
yeah,
I think I might take a nap this afternoon and I definitely have a hike planned for tomorrow. So and I will
awesome.
drink lots of water. So
You're all set.
it's this is very interesting.
Beautiful. I'm looking forward to hearing what changes for you really over time.
I think I'll do a follow-up, probably a blog post and write about this in about a week or two, and
Yeah.
just make some observations about what I've noticed. That would be really good. So
Yes.
watch for that as well. So cool. What else should I be doing in the next few days, or have we covered everything?
Well, yeah, it's nothing specific. We kind of did the process, and all you need is to integrate that. So, whatever you like to do, journal. I understand you like writing. That's probably a beautiful way to process as well.
Okay.
Um, Drinking water, taking naps, moving your body, whatever works for you, and that's it. Nothing really special is required in this process.
Okay. Very good. Agni, thank you. This has been a really interesting experience for me, and it's just beginning, I have this sense. So I appreciate you today taking the time and being willing to share this with everyone. I really do. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Well, I hope for you, my listeners, as you have been listening or watching this episode, that you may have felt or experienced the depth of this experience I just had. And again, I give a heartfelt thank you to Agni for guiding this session with such clarity, compassion, such grace, and for sharing her gifts in such a generous and grounded way. It's not every day that we get to witness this kind of healing work in real time. And I am truly honored that you, Agni, were willing to share this with us and that we could do this together. And to you, my listeners, thank you for showing up with openness and curiosity. Whether you felt a shift, maybe received an insight, or are just beginning to explore this kind of work, I hope that this episode has reminded you of what's possible when we listen to ourselves more deeply. And again, if you're feeling the need to go further, don't forget, Agni is hosting a free live healing experience called The Quantum Shift on May 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be a powerful opportunity for you to release old patterns and reconnect with your intuitive self. Look again for the links in the show notes to reserve your spot. And if this episode moved you, please consider subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing it with someone who you think might be ready to connect with their inner wisdom. Every share helps us reach more women who are ready to step into their next chapter, unscripted and unstoppable. Until next time, keep trusting the journey. I'm Laureen Quick, and I thank you for listening.